Hi lovely friends, it's Lika and today we'll be practicing a slow flow. If you have a block or something that can be a block, like a book or a blanket or maybe a sturdy pillow, feel free to go ahead and find it. And we'll start on our backs, placing a block under the sacrum. So bend your knees, come onto your back. Press your feet down to lift the hips and place the block or something that serves as a block underneath of your sacrum. Play with the position of the blocks so you can feel a nice support underneath of you. Placing your hands by your sides or on your belly, closing your eyes, so keeping your eyes gently open. Start paying attention to your breath. Rooting your feet down into the earth to find a sense of groundedness, connection, support. Bring a little more intention to your breath. Riding your breath all the way to the top. Maybe pause there for a moment. And ride your breath all the way to the bottom. Pause for a moment. Take a few more just like that. Inhale. Pause. Hold. Let it go. Pause. Hold. Few more rounds just like that. You can stay with your breath and find a little more natural breathing, your choice. Stay with the sacrum on a block. Stretch your legs forward. If it feels too sharp on your lower back, consider keeping your feet on a mat knees bend. Take your arms over your head, deep breath, and then if you don't have a block under your sacrum, you can do the same thing without the block. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest. Interlace your fingers on your right knee or your shin or behind your right thigh. Flex your left foot and reach your left heel forward and down. Take a deep breath in. Press your sacrum actively onto the block or the ground. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch your right leg up to the sky. Take your hands behind your right leg. Take a few circle movements here with your right foot. Reverse the direction. Pressing your palms and your leg against each other. Find resistance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Release your hands. Bring your right knee towards the right armpit. Holding on to the outside of your right thigh for half happy baby. Maybe hold on to your ankle or your foot. Take a deep breath in. Keep your sacrum active, strong, but also even on a block. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Release your right foot down. Inhale. Stretch your right leg forward. Arms over your head. Full body stretch. Open through the front of your pelvis. Exhale, bend your left knee. Take your left knee to your chest. Flex your right foot and reach your right heel forward and down. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Find a nice activation in your right hip flexor. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch your left leg up to the sky. Take your hands behind your left leg. Spread your toes and flex your foot, or point your toes, or curl your toes. Maybe circle movements with your ankle. Reverse the direction. And now find resistance, pressing your leg and your palms against each other. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful release. And draw your left knee outside of your left armpit, holding onto your foot, ankle, or maybe outside of your thigh or behind your thigh. Find half happy baby, pressing your sacrum down, rolling your right hip down towards the mat. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Exhale, release. Lower your left foot down. Stretch your left leg straight. Take your arms over your head. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend both knees. Bring your feet flat on the floor and take your arms by your sides. Lift your hips high enough to move the block out of your way to the side. You lower your upper back, middle back, lower back, all the way down. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug and rock side to side or back and forth. Finding your comfortable seated posture. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, lift your arms, reach up, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, open your arms to the sides, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your arms, open up wide, lift your gaze up. Exhale, open your arms wide, lower your hands down, chin to your chest. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Walk your left fingers away from you. Dropping your left elbow down. I'm mirroring you for a moment here. Take your right arm over your head. Drop your right hand heavy. You might bend your top elbow. Keep your arm straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Coming back to center, lift your heart. Roll your right fingers away from your lower and your right elbow towards the mat. It might be lifted, it might be all the way down. Take your left arm over your head, top elbow might be bent or straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Coming back to center, lift your heart. Walk your fingers forward. Slow movement. Keep your sits bones on the surface you sit it on. Let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your fingers back towards your body. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Come on to your hands and your knees. Inhale. Lift your heart. Lift your tail. Drop your belly down. Exhale, cat round. Shift the hips further back. Let your head drop heavy. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your tailbone, drop your belly down. Exhale, round again. Shift the hips back. One more. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round again. Shift the hips back. Come back to neutral spine. Lower your elbows down underneath of your shoulders. So your forearms down this time. And this is a great variation as well if you have very tight or sensitive wrists. So you can always rest on your forearms instead of your palms. Lift your heart, lift your tail, find your cow. Exhale, catch, shift the hips back, chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, round again, shift the hips back. Last one, inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, round. Coming back to your neutral spine, stay on your forearms and stretch your right leg back. Press down through the ball of your right foot. Keep your right leg active and shift forward and back to feel the stretch in the back of your right leg. Coming back to center, lift your right foot and bend your right knee. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, bend your right knee. Take one more. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, bend your knee. Stay or reach your left arm back. Maybe you'll catch your foot. If you have your foot, draw your foot back. Beautiful. Lower your right knee down. Lift your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm underneath of your right shoulder. Stretch your right fingers forward, and you can find a spinal rotation here by twisting towards the wall on your right, keeping your pelvis even. If you want a little more on your shoulder, left shoulder, like a stretch, rather than a twist, roll your forehead down and slide your left shoulder a little more to the left. So you stay quite even in your shoulders and the hips. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Slowly release. Come back to your tabletop on your forearms. Stretch your left leg back this time. Pressing down through the ball of your foot. Keep your legs super active and shift forward and back. Invite the sensation. Welcome that sensation in the back of your left leg. Keep your core strong so the lower back stays long. Come back to center. Lift your left foot. Inhale, reach back through your left heel. Exhale, bend your left knee. Lift your foot up. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale, bend your left knee. One more. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale, bend your knee. Stay here, stretch your right arm back. You might reach or you might catch your foot. If you have your foot, keep your core strong and draw your foot back and away from you. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Take one more breath. Exhale, release. Bring your forearms down, snuggle your knees a little back. Lower your hips down, come to your Sphinx pose. This time, welcoming the sensation in your lower back. If it feels tender, can you breathe through that and stay with that? If it feels sharp, back away from it. You might find gentle movements, kind of rock side to side or back and forth to get a little more comfortable here. Press on the tops of your feet actively into the earth, keeping your pelvis and your legs heavy. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Draw your heart forward and through. Exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Keeping your pelvis heavy. You might feel a little more sensation in your lower back. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Come onto your belly. You might stretch your arms back, or you might make a pillow with your hands resting your forehead down. Bend your knees and take your feet side to side, windshield vibration side to side. Should feel good on the lower back. Releasing Breathing, stretching. Coming back to center, extend your legs back. Take your hands by your ribs, hug your elbows towards each other, towards the midline. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra up dog. And exhale, push back to child's pose. Bring your knees wide or close, shift the hips back towards the heels, stretch your arms forward. You can bend the elbows a little more to the sides to create a little more space where the shoulders and the neck meet. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, empty, empty, empty. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly come to your tabletop. Exhale, curl your toes under, walk your hands slightly forward, finding your downward facing dog. Start walking your dog, pressing one heel down, bending the opposite knee and switch. Personally, I've been walking my dogs a lot, and this morning one of my dogs has been avoiding the eye contact, so she kind of refused to go on a walk this morning because it's been too many walks for them. Take your feet to the front of the mat. Folding over your legs once you get there. Bend your knees deeper. Create space perhaps by sliding your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend your knees deeper. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the legs, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold again, Uttanasana. One more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down, rise to stand, take your arms over your head, reach up. Catch the opposite elbows with your hands, keep your core strong, and take both elbows to your left. Inhale, back to center. Keep your core strong. Exhale, take both elbows to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Draw your knuckles down, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and fold over your legs. Shaking your head, yes and no, slowly and gently. Releasing your hands down towards the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step your left toes back. Lower your left knee down. Stay with the hands on the floor blocks and lift your arms over your head. Keep your core strong. Shift the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, if your arms over your head, bend your elbows, hold on to the opposite elbows. If it feels a little tight on the shoulders, opposite wrist to create a little more space. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, take both elbows to the right. Inhale, back to center. Strong core. Exhale, both elbows to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms down. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, peel your right arm up to the sky twist. Exhale, bring your right hand back. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, you might rest your left foot down or lift your left foot, catch your left foot. You might shift the hips back first to do so and then shift the hips forward again. Spin your heart towards the back and to the right wall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Let go of your left foot. Take both hands inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot to the right edge of your mat, shifting the hips forward. You might stay on your hands or come onto one elbow, both. If you used the block or blanket earlier and you have one handy, you might use that as well for support. Come into your lizard pose. So really shift your hips forward, snuggle your left knee a little back. You might draw your right knee towards the midline or let your right knee drop to the right. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Slowly come back onto your palms. If you use any props, move them to the side. Step your right knee back. Find your tabletop. Curl your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into your plank. Round through your upper back first. And go one vertebra at a time. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Shift the hips back towards the heels. And then lengthen through the legs to your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward like a wave into your plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees deeply. Wave back to your downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, wave forward, find in your plank pose. Exhale, wave back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, lower your right foot down to meet your left. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, lower your left foot down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. One small step at a time. Fold and over your legs, let your head drop heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Take your arms over your head, reach up. Exhale, release your left hand down. Snuggle your left hand down your left leg. Reach your right hand to your left. Inhale, press your feet down. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale, back to center. Lift your arms. Exhale, snuggle your right fingers down your right leg, left hand to the right. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale, back to center. Lift your arms. Exhale, trace your midline with your hands and fold over your beautiful legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step your right toes back. Lower your right knee down. Shift the hips slightly forward. Core active. Lift your arms. Anjaneyasana. You can always keep your hands down on the floor blocks, so your left thumb. Inhale here. Exhale, hold on to the opposite elbows or opposite wrist for a little more space. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, both elbows to your left. Inhale, back to center, strong core. Exhale, elbows to the right. Little on your balance here. Keep your breath steady. Inhale, back to center, lift your arms. Exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes back. Stay here with the right foot down and lift your right foot up. You might shift the hips back to catch your foot and shift your hips forward, spin your heart back. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Release. Both hands down inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Shift the hips forward. Slide your right knee back. You might stay on your hands or come onto one elbow both. Maybe using your props underneath of your elbows. Draw your heart forward, shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Coming back onto your hands. Step your prop to the side. And bring your left knee back. Tabletop. Curl your toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to your plank and pause this time. So if you notice, if you're dropping your hips lower, lift your hips a little higher, round through your upper back a little more. You might rest your knees down. Inhale, shift forward, so the shoulders come in front of your wrists. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly, any way you want. Point your toes back, press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your heart. Look over your right shoulder, maybe towards your toes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your heart, bring your gaze over your left shoulder towards the toes. Exhale, lower down. Stretch your arms to the sides like a T. Roll onto your left side, keeping your left arm straight. If it feels too much, you can also bend the left elbow if you have a space issue. So keep your left arm to the left elbow in line with your shoulders. Roll onto your left side, bend your right knee, placing your right foot behind your left leg. You might rest your right arm to your right or bend on your right elbow, using your fingertips to press against the floor to lift the chest. You might stay here. You might roll onto your left side a little more, catching your right foot, and draw your right foot back. Take 2 deep breaths. 1 more. Slowly release, come back onto your belly, stretch your arms to the sides in a T. Rolling onto your right side this time. Move if you need to create a little more space. Bend in your left elbow, placing your left foot behind your right knee. You might use your left fingers to press against to lift your heart. You'll feel it in your right shoulder. If it feels too sharp, please back up. You can stay here or stand on the right side, drawing your left foot back, catching that foot and drawing your foot back. Strong core activation will help you stay balanced and steady. Take 1 more breath here. Slowly release, come into your belly. Bring your hands by your ribs. Lift your heart, cobra up dog. Exhale, push back to child's pose. Knees wide or closed. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, empty, empty, empty. Walk both hands to your left. Keeping your right hand reached towards the left in the front corner of your room, bend your left elbow and slide your left hand back outside of your left knee. Use your left hand to press against to turn your body towards the left wall and the back wall. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Slowly release. Walk both hands through center all the way to your right. Bring your left hand on your right, or take your right fingers outside of your right knee on the floor and spin your heart towards the back and to the right. Take a deep breath in. Long breath up. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Walk your hands back through center. Finding your tabletop. Inhale. Lift your heart. Lift the hips. Exhale. Curl your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Keep your pelvis even. Stretching your left heel to the sky and back. Exhale, lower your left foot down. Close to the right. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, lower your right foot down to meet your left. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Taking your feet outside of your hands, coming to your Malasana yogic squat. Bending your knees, dropping your tailbone down. If you need a little more support, you might sit on a block and slide your feet a little wider to create a little more space for your knees and the hips. Placing your hands in front of your heart, lift the chest. Again, if you don't need the block, you can drop your tailbone down this way. You might stay here in stillness. You can find a gentle rocking movement side to side. Coming back to center, stretch your left arm up into your left, right arm in front of your right leg. You might stay here with this twist or take your left arm behind your back. Half bind or full bind, wrapping your right arm around your right shin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Coming back to center, hands to the heart. And switch left arm in front of your left leg, right arm to the right. Stay here or take a bind, wrap your right arm around your around your back and left arm around your left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Coming back to center, hands to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands behind you, land your bottom all the way to the mat. Walk your feet together, soles of your feet touch, let your knees open wide. You might slide your feet towards you, away from you. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, let your head drop heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Few more breaths here. Walking your hands back towards your body, draw your knees towards each other. Find a gentle contour posture by placing your hands behind you, fingers facing the same direction as your toes, feet hip width distance apart. Press your hands and your feet down and open up, lifting the hips high. You can keep your gaze forward or up. If it feels like you're on your neck, let your head drop heavy. Lift your hips a little higher. Exhale, stay. Lift your hips high still. Exhale, lower your hips all the way down. Stretch your right leg forward. Bend your left knee and bring your left foot against your right leg. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Let your head drop heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back towards your body. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your right knee and take your right foot outside of your right hip to prepare for the mermaid twist. Inhale, stay upright. Exhale, twist left. Right hand outside of your left knee, left fingers behind you on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, walk your fingers back, maybe to the left a little. Folding Back, maybe come onto your elbows, so stay on your hands, one elbow down. Take one more breath. Exhale. Walk your hands back towards your body, lift your heart, and switch side. Extend your left leg straight forward, and bring your right foot against your left leg. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend your left knee. Place your left foot outside of your left hip. So the left knee is behind your right foot. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Left hand on your right knee, right finger is behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, walk your fingers back. Maybe come onto one elbow or both. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Walk your fingers back, lift the chest. Open your legs wide in a V shape or a dragonfly. You can also turn to the side of your mat if you want your heels to be padded. If when you take your legs out to the sides and you notice that this posture takes you back, you kind of lean in back, you might want to sit on a block or a blanket to kind of tilt your body forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Stay on your hands or come onto one elbow, both. Drawing your heart forward and through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Few more breaths here. Taking a couple of more breaths here. Walk your hands back, lift your heart. Take your hands onto your knees. Bend your knees, slide your feet towards each other. Draw your knees towards each other. Slide forward so you have space. And come onto your back, vertebra by vertebra. Slowly, slowly with control. Once you're on the back, bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And rock side to side, massaging your back. Coming back to center. Keep your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg forward. Keep your legs this way, but shift the hips to the right. Dropping your right knee to your left. Twist. This is a great place to be. You can also, if your right knee does not have to come all the way down, it might, but for most of us it won't. You can use a block underneath of it for support, or you can even keep it covered. You can stay with the left leg straight or bend your left knee and catch your left foot with your right hand. Keeping your gaze to the right or up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. If you Holding on to your left foot, release. Extend your left leg. Bring your right knee back to center. Left knee towards your chest. Give yourself a hug and rock side to side massage on your back. Keep your left knee to your chest. Extend your right leg forward and down. Shift the hips to the left first and let your left knee drop to the right. You might stay here. Again, if you need support of a block, place it under your left knee. Stay with the right leg straight or bend your right knee and catch your right foot with your left hand. Bring your gaze to your left. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let go of your right foot. Extend your right leg. And slowly come back to center. Bring both knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And land your feet all the way down. Find in your floating bridge pose, walk your heels close to your hips so you can touch the backs of your heels with your fingers. Press your feet down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower your hips all the way down. Inhale, we'll add arms. Lift the hips, stretch your arms over your head and back. Exhale, keep your arms over your head. Release just the hips down. Inhale, lift just the hips high. Exhale, roll down onto your back. Bring your arms back by your sides. We'll take 2 more rounds of this sequence. Inhale, lift the hips, just the hips. Exhale, lower your hips down. Inhale, lift the hips, stretch your arms over your head and back. Exhale, release your hips all the way down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release your hips and your arms down by your sides. One more round. Inhale, lift just the hips. Bridge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hips and the arms. Lift and reach back with your fingers. Exhale, lower just the hips down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release your back to the mat. Arms by your sides down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take your happy baby to finish your practice, catching your feet, your ankles, or your thighs, rocking side to side or stay still. Maybe bend in one knee, stretching the opposite leg and switch a couple of times. Maybe open both legs to the sides. Keep your sacrum heavy down. Release your hands. Place your feet down. Find Shavasana, final rest. You can also take your legs up the wall or find any other restorative posture. Taking your hands by your sides, open your palms up towards the sky. Let your feet come wider than your hips. Settle here into your final posture of relaxation, rest, surrender, ease, and sweetness. I invite you to stay here in your final rest for as long as you choose to be in. And whenever you're finished on your own, please give yourself this gift of Shavasana. Don't rush. Whenever you're finished, slowly come out and go on with your day.